Hey guys, this is Tom with Fit Launch. I'm sitting here with Suzelle, and we want to take a little time to get together and kind of tell you about the program, let you know some of the questions you guys had when we asked you, how we could help you out, what you want to know about the program. We want to address some of those and get Suzelle, who started the program, to tell you a little bit about it, because she knows every detail there is, right, Suzelle?
That's right.
So
you're going to ask the questions, and I'm going to tell you what.
All right, we're going to do a little bit of making up as we go, and but what we'll do first here is we want to talk about the resorts that we have, a little bit of detail about the personality of the resort, family, not family, what to expect when you get there. So super clubs, I think that's where you started.
That's where we started. Jamaica mainly, but we do have some other locations. We have, let's start with Montego Bay. Breeze's Montego Bay. A little bit smaller property. It's an adult only, but it's 14 and over. Not lots of area around there to have a party. Go to Margaritaville. There's a lot of excursions available. So it's a wonderful place for young, active people, singles, couples, friends. Going down the other direction, after you land in Montego Bay, you'll be heading down that way. You're going to hit Starfish next. Starfish is a family resort. It's also one of the super clubs chains. You can go there as a couple, singles, but you can take your little children too. It is a family resort.
When you say family resort on these places, does that mean any age all the way down to
any
children?
Age.
Or do some places give you an age of 12 or 14?
Any age as far as young. They don't care if they just were born, if you really want to do that. But most of it is, they consider an adult 12 years old. So there'll be extra charges in many of these places for any children over 12 or more than 2 children in most of these places. Starfish is a great place to take your family, but it's also a good place to go by yourself or with a friend. Next place on down the road is Braco Grand Lido. We have several 5-star resorts, and Braco Grand Lido is one of them. This is a 16 and over adult resort. I would recommend couples and singles there. Wonderful property. It's got everything: manicures, pedicures, 24-hour room service, scuba diving.
The place is gorgeous. I mean, I've been there twice now myself.
It's got wonderful beaches, great food, restaurants, 5-star restaurants, and the energy level is it's pretty good most of the time.
It is pretty good. Braco keeps it going. So
yeah, we held Fit Beach there one year, and it was we brought up the energy. But anyway,
we livened it up. You can come to Fit Beach, and we'll hear about more about that later.
Right.
What else you got?
Coming on down the beach is Hedonism 3. Actually, I passed one, but that's okay, I'll go back. Hedonism 3. Hedonism 3 was developed a few years ago from the ground up. It's the second hedonism resort. This is an adult only 18 and over. I recommend singles and couples. There is a large au naturel, or actually they call it the nude beach, and the prude beach, very small prude beach, but
and it's confused in between pool.
Exactly.
Definitely different.
And you know, there's a lot of, it's got a reputation. It wants a reputation, but that doesn't mean that if you're not into a nude beach or party times, that you wouldn't enjoy going there. Because we have a lot of
people. They do all that it has a safe area to some extent. Not as safe as a Braco, but a safer area.
Yeah. And everyone I send there enjoys it, whether they're looking for a big party or if they're just going to enjoy Jamaica sunshine. So it's a good property. Before you get there, though, right before you get there is Breeze's Runaway Bay, and this property doesn't get enough accolades. Breeze's Runaway Bay has been around for a while, but about 2 years ago went through a $20 million renovation. There's an infinity pool. There's rooms with plunge pools. There's new restaurants. This is a huge property, wonderful property, 14 and over. So now when I say 14 and over, this is still an adult resort. You can't take your husband and your 2 14-year-olds. It's still adult property, which means you can bring, as a pro, you can bring 1 adult guest. So that 1 adult guest could be your 14-year-old, 17-year-old. But you can't, in order to add another person, then there's going to be some extra charges there.
So, and they just call your office?
Yep, and we can give you the information for that. Every property is different. That's one reason why we don't put all this information down, because one property wants us to contact them, another property wants you to book it their way, and it changes all the time. So we offer special deals.
If you own the resorts, this would be a lot easier.
I know.
You know.
I'm working on it.
Super clubs. What do we got left?
Let's see. That way, that's it for super clubs. Or we're gonna go back the other way.
Okay, hedonism. Okay, I see.
Yeah, go the other way.
Let's get all the super clubs
All the
first.
super
Let's
clubs
bounce around
first.
there.
So when we go back to Montego Bay, we're gonna head the other direction, and we're gonna get into Negril. Negril, we start with Grand Lido Negril. It's another 5-star resort. It is the sister property to Braco Grand Lido. But if you've been to one, you still have to try out the other one. They're really different, even though they're similar in the amenities.
Styles are different. They have a personality difference.
Yeah, it's a little quieter usually. Although I was just there and we had the disco rocking for hours all week. So there was an Epicurean escape that we did, and it was really a lot of fun. So depends on the people how quiet it is, but it's a wonderful property. It also has a non-Asheral side, not quite as big as the one at Braco, but if you prefer that side, we do have that. But most of it is the clothing side, and food is wonderful. Water sports. Right next door to Hedonism 2, right next door to Grand Lido Negril. And Hedonism 2 was the first one, even though it says 2.
So there's no first one.
There's no
Hedonism
one.
2 is the first one, Hedonism 3 is the second.
The story goes that Hedonism 1, or Hedonism, wasn't finished when a hurricane took it down.
Right.
So when they rebuilt it, they renamed it Hedonism 2. And that's where my business started. And I guess I'm going to get into that later, but we built one of the most incredible gyms on the island and probably in the Caribbean at this property. So state-of-the-art, air-conditioned usually, aerobics room, spin bikes, wonderful gym with state-of-the-art equipment. This property also has a reputation, just like Hedonism 3. There's a prude side and a nude side, and there's more going on the nude side usually. But it is also not a place that if you're not into something like that, you should avoid, because everybody can have a great time.
And since I've been to both those, I know that Hedonism 2, you have more places to hide actually. If you want safe areas, Hedonism 2 has more safe areas and bigger play areas, I guess. So it's got a good variety, and you can feel safe there.
We also send squash pros there. We have a squash program there.
Oh, so
squash
one place where we do that. Right.
And at that property, I probably should have gotten into that.
Did we? We'll be back with more on those.
This property, we send more than one pro, but we will talk about that. And Negril is a wonderful area because you can get out on the beach, 7 Mile Beach it's called, and go for a walk, go for a run, enjoy that part of it. So that's a little different from some of the other places I just talked about, because it's not, the access isn't as much if you'd like to get out and go for your beach walks.
Okay, so is that all the super clubs for Jamaica that are in the country of Jamaica?
Yes.
All right, well, we're going to pause right there.
Okay.
I didn't know that. Just because I want to check and make sure that they can actually hear us. We're sitting here at IDEA, and a little bit of noise. The Zoom crowd's a little noisy. It's all right. We're not busted. I've got to cut that out, or I can just get in trouble. Anyway, well, you'll see some clips and other pieces. So let's check it out.